And today we're making Strangozzi with truffle. We are in Umbria at the TRUFFLE Pasta della Palomba, and what better way than doing a classic Umbrian dish? Umbria is of course rich of history, but it also has an amazing culinary culture. And this is our homage to one of its classic dishes. And for the ingredients we have the Strangozzi, which you can go ahead and buy, but we're gonna make our own with some semola, double of flour, extra virgin olive oil, and a little bit of water. And of course, we have a little bit of garlic and the star of our show, the summer truffle. To make the Strangozzi, we need equal amount of double of flour, 2 semola. We're gonna make portion for 2 people, so we're gonna have 50 grams of each. We just give this a nice mix. We make our classic well. We add a little bit of water at a time, and we start mixing this up. Of course, you can use a fork, but I forgot it, so I'm gonna use my finger. Once it's begun to incorporate, just a little drop of extra virgin olive oil. And then you go ahead and mix it. This is probably gonna take 7, 8, 10 minutes. And you wanna make sure this is nice and smooth. So have the patience of working this. And after about 10 minutes, the dough is nice and smooth. So we're gonna make it into a little bowl. And by the way, if while you're working it, you feel it's a little bit too dry, just wet your hands, and that'll be enough to get to the right moisture. I'm gonna put it in cling film, and this needs to rest for about 10, 15 minutes. It's gonna help to create elasticity and hydrate the dough completely. So nice and tight, don't leave air gaps, and we'll put this in the fridge. And while the pasta rests, it leaves us time to prepare the truffles. We're gonna be using Umbrian summer truffles. These are a little bit less prestigious than the winter truffles that are great in aroma and taste, but when you get good quality ones like this ones, are actually quite amazing, and the price difference is huge. These ones retail for about 120 euros per kilo, and honestly, they're a bargain for that price. First of all, we're gonna give the hint of garlic. Truffle are beautiful, they're aromatic, they're amazing, so you don't want to overpower it with garlic. So what I like to do is just take one clove, open it up, and just spread it around the bottom and the sides. This is just gonna leave a really thin layer of garlic, and to be honest, this is all you need. So we're gonna have a mixture of texture. We're gonna grate some of it, and this is the look from them inside. Can you see the marbling? It looks absolutely stunning. And the smell that comes out when you grate it is intoxicating. To this, we're gonna add some Frantoio extra virgin olive oil, which totally complements the flavor of the truffle. And we're gonna pour quite a bit of it, because what we're trying to do now is let it infuse and absorb the flavor. Oil is a great way of capturing and enhancing flavor. Semola at the bottom so it doesn't stick. Just go in and we start flattening it up. And of course, it would have been ideal if you have one of those machines to help you stretch it. I couldn't find it, so we're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. It doesn't have to be too thin. About 3 millimeters, 2-3 millimeters, that's enough. Now you either have one of these instruments of torture, which for some reason I do, or you can roll this up and use a knife to cut it into strips. But we're gonna try this thing now. So we start here, we put quite a bit of pressure because we're trying to cut it. And we're gonna go up. Then we can just pull it out, and this should come apart. Make sure you keep some semola on the board so they don't stick together. And these are our Strangozzi. With the pasta in a rolling boil, we add the salt and we add our Strangozzi. This is gonna take 5 to 6 minutes, but we're gonna keep an eye on them. With the pasta cooked, we're gonna take a little pinch of salt to add it to our truffle, and we move the Strangozzi from the pan into our bowl. We give this a mix, and we're using some Frantoio extra virgin olive oil, which is actually being milled behind that door, so that's pretty cool. The smell is unbelievable, and now we get to plate it. And then we're taking one of these things, and here you can control how thin or thick you want the slice, and we want it very thin. We want to increase the surface area as much as possible. We're gonna cut a few slices. And now for the fun bit. This is just a fun dish. The truffles are great. Making your homemade pasta, it's always fun. And it's such a typical dish of these regions. So from TRUFFLE Pasta della Palomba and myself, buon appetito!